Tonight we report on a resignation from Moses Lake City Manager Joe Gavinsky, and a series of car prowls lands 2 people in jail. What's happening in sports, Bob?
Thanks, Alan. Moses Lake soccer drops down a couple of notches in the Seattle Times poll, and the Mariners chalk up a win on opening day. Here's a glance at our Weather Center forecast.
And we're taking a look at a much better Tuesday heading our way after quite a gray, cold rain and even some wet snowflakes today. But things are improving. All the details coming on up.
I'm Alan Troop, and we have all this and much more on iFiber One News.
From the iFiber One HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFiber One News, your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFiber One News, and it starts now.
Prosecutors dropped theft charges against an Othello man accused of trying to cash a stolen check. Prosecutors initially charged Zane Berg, a 29-year-old man, in Grant County Superior Court with attempted theft, forgery, and possession of stolen property. Deputy Prosecutor Paul Gaffney requested the charges be dropped because of a lack of evidence. Chief Deputy Prosecutor Alan White said neither the police nor the bank had a copy of the allegedly stolen check or Berg's driver's license or Social Security card. Berg was accused of walking into Chase Bank in Moses Lake with a stolen check for $6,000. He reportedly handed the teller his identification. When the teller checked the account, she found it didn't have enough money in it. He allegedly waited for about 8 minutes while bank officials copied Berg's identification. He allegedly left with the check and his driver's license. After several closed meetings by the Moses Lake City Council, City Manager Joe Gavinsky announced his resignation Monday night after he was previously fired and reinstated. Reporter Cameron Probert has the details.
Moses Lake City Manager Joe Gavinsky resigned Monday, 1 week after the City Council reinstated him. The council approved his resignation with a vote of 6-1 after they met in an executive session to discuss potential litigation. Councilmember Karen Liebricht opposed accepting the resignation. City officials did not release any details about Gavinsky's resignation following the meeting. Community Development Director Gilbert Alvarado was appointed as the interim city manager while the council searches for Gavinsky's replacement. Gavinsky worked as a city manager for about 35 years, starting shortly after the eruption of Mount St. Helens, according to a statement read by Councilmember John Lane. Gavinsky worked on developing a wastewater treatment plant, the Surf and Slide Water Park, and the Larson Recreation Center and ice rink during his tenure.
Finally, Joe has demonstrated that he has had the best interests of the city of Moses Lake in mind. He has always advocated for the silent majority. He has unselfishly fought for those things that would make Moses Lake a better place to live and visit for generations. As a person with great vision, Joe has always thought about the possibilities for making things better in the future.
For iFiber One News, this is Cameron Probert reporting.
Soap Lake is receiving a $37,000 refund from contractors of the city's wastewater treatment plant project because the company was late. Nancy Webb, representing Gray and Osborne, the city's contracted city engineers, said the money was in effect damages paid by the Kennewick-based company to the city because paperwork was not completed on time. She said the situation created more work for Gray and Osborne, adding to the project's expenses. Such delays put the city at risk of missing its deadline to earn a low interest rate on a state loan for the project. Webb said the majority of the project's funding came from the state's Public Works Trust Fund with some city contribution. A wanted felon was arrested Saturday afternoon after a short foot pursuit for a 2014 robbery. The Moses Lake Police located Andrew Zamora, a 40-year-old Moses Lake man, as a passenger in a vehicle on Highland Drive Northeast. An officer turned his car around in an attempt to stop the vehicle when Zamora allegedly got out and fled on foot. He was reportedly found hiding in a nearby home after breaking in. Zamora was charged in September in Grant County Superior Court with robbery stemming from an alleged attack in March. He reportedly went to the victim's residence and began threatening the man, who Zamora claimed owed him money for heroin, with brass knuckles. Zamora has warrants for possession of methamphetamine, eluding a pursuing police vehicle, and felon in possession of a stolen firearm. And now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
Short break, we'll be right back.
At Moses Lake Community Health Center, we have had the privilege to serve the local communities since 1978.
What I like about working at this clinic more than any other clinic that I've worked at is the patient care. With the patient care team that we've assembled, it allows us to take care of as many facets of the patient and their family's needs.
Please take the opportunity to experience the high-quality care provided at our clinics.
Just when I thought the blizzard couldn't get any better, DQ put the blizzard inside a waffle cone. This is mind-blowing. So when DQ asked me how I would tell the world, I said... Sounds better in Italian.
Pretty impressive, Liz. Any blizzard, like confetti cake, now in a fresh-baked waffle cone. This is fan food, not fast food.
Hello everyone, I'm Chaselyn Rodriguez from your One News Weather Center, brought to you by Bud Clary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Temperatures around the average for this time of year within the next few days, with drier and warmer pattern through Friday, Thursday into Friday. Some scattered showers Wednesday through the morning hours. However, we're expecting drier conditions. Unsettled weather, windy and cooler for the weekend. Temperatures slightly below the normal for this time of year, with valley rain and mountain snow is likely for this weekend. Let's go ahead and take a look at the almanac within the past 24 hours. We started off the morning with average temperatures in the mid-30s and maximum temperatures in the lower 60s. Around the average for this time of year, we hit a new record for our precipitation of a ½ inch. In 1963, we had about a ¼ of an inch around this time of year, and that maximum temperature definitely not as warm as that record high of 82 degrees, and that was in 1977. That sun setting at 7:36 p.m. And for Moses Lake, maximum temperatures as well as the low around the average for this time of year, the low in the mid-30s and the high in the lower 60s, with that sun setting at 7:35 p.m. And right now outside your door, our current temperatures in the mid-40s with mostly cloudy skies that do point in the lower 30s, and those winds coming through from the north-northeast up to 11 miles per hour. Lots of cloud cover coming through our way. However, we will get a break in cloud cover coming through Wednesday morning. Some spotted showers may be possible through the evening and nighttime. However, coming into Thursday morning, we're expecting dry conditions with mostly clear skies, abundant sunshine for Thursday, some cloud cover coming through towards northern parts of the region with some scattered showers, and towards the inland northwest. And then coming into Friday, we're expecting mostly cloudy skies, and then this system approaching our area for the weekend will bring us some rain and mountain snow. In the meantime, let's go ahead and take a look at those temperatures towards the coastal area, from the upper 50s to lower 60s with mostly clear skies, a little bit of cloud cover towards the Yakima Valley in the mid 60s, and towards the inland northwest, temperatures from the upper 50s to lower 60s with mostly clear skies towards the northern parts. Let's go ahead and take a look at the maximum temperatures for our Columbia Basin. In the lower 60s with mostly clear skies, some cloud cover towards Boreal City, Ephrata in the lower 60s with mostly clear skies. Let's take a look at the extended forecast for the week. Mild temperatures slightly above the normal for Friday with mostly cloudy skies, and then coming into this weekend, back to chill, 55 degrees, windy with a chance of some showers. Thank you all for joining us. This segment was brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. We'll be right back with sports.
Hi, Hi.
Hi, I see here on my glasses that it's your sales event.
Yeah, we have low APR financing and some great lease offers. Check out the bold new Camry.
Wow, that's really nice. I gotta get a closer look. Wow, there's so much stuff.
Careful.
If I could just see where I was going.
Right now, you can lease a new 2015 Camry for $199 a month with $750 lease bonus cash. Plus, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan.
Now this is cool.
That's easy to see.
Toyota, let's go places.
The just-released Seattle Times poll has the 6-1 Moses Lake Chiefs soccer team dropping down to the number 9 spot. Moses Lake was ranked as high as number 5, but was knocked down a couple of pegs after a 1-0 loss to Eastmont last Tuesday. The 7-1 Wildcats moved up to the number 6 spot following the win. Moses Lake is back on the pitch for a Big 9 matchup with Davis tonight at Lions Field. Moses Lake baseball is looking to repeat as Big 9 champs this year. The Chiefs swept a 3-game series from Eisenhower to open league play, but have dropped 3 in a row to number 5 ranked Wenatchee. Reporter Sean Wells had a chance to catch up with coach Quince Whitaker to find out if the team has what it takes to be back-to-back champions.
Moses Lake baseball is in full swing. With conference games underway, the Chiefs are focused on a common goal, making it back to the playoffs. Chief head coach Quince Whitaker sees his team improving every day.
You know, right now, I think the most important thing for us is just to go getting better every day. I think that's at the high school level, there's such a room for improvement and throughout the whole squad. So I think that's one of our big things. Obviously, we have the ability and want to be able to hopefully get to the next round to take it a step farther, and that's one of the things we've talked about.
Coach Whitaker has high expectations for his team and relies heavily on his senior class.
Coming back this year, we bring back 11 seniors, so we've got an experienced group. Some of them have more varsity experience than others, but again, just a group that we have high expectations for going into the season. So,
Moses Lake senior Jaime Vela thinks his team is ready to take the next step. Jaime believes this senior class is special.
These 11 seniors, these guys are amazing. I mean, we've been together since we were 9 years old. This is a group of guys that really mesh well. I mean, we're together all the time, not just on the field, but off the field. And having the 11 leaders on the field, it really helps. It helps us come together. One of us can be having a bad day, somebody else is going to be there to pick you up. That's the nice part about having a brotherhood like we have. I mean, it's an amazing feeling, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. These guys are my brothers, and I love them.
For Fiber One News, Sean Wells.
The Mariners came back to beat the Angels 4-1 at Safeco Field yesterday. Felix Hernandez has not lost an opening game day, and the Ends ace didn't disappoint. He served up a solo shot to Mike Trout in the first and gave up just one more hit in 7 innings of work while fanning 10. Hernandez got plenty of support from right fielder Seth Smith, who finished with a triple, 2 doubles, and 2 RBI in his Mariner debut. King Felix is now 6-0 with a 1.49 ERA in 8 opening day starts. The win was the 9th straight on opening day for the M's. It's the second longest streak in MLB history. The Boston Beaneaters had 10 straight from 1887 to 1896. Well, Duke came back to beat Wisconsin 68-63 to claim the national championship. The teams battled to a 31-31 tie at the break. The Blue Devils trailed the majority of the contest. This 3-pointer by senior guard Quinn Cook, with 4 minutes to go, gave Duke its second lead of the game, 59-58. The win marks the 5th collegiate championship for Coach K and the Blue Devils. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Hello, my name is Cheryl Kono. I am your local Ephrata Farmers Insurance Agent. Here at Cheryl Kono Insurance Agency, our customers always come first. We don't just work here, we live here. Please stop by the office, call, email, or Facebook me for a free auto, home, life, business, or farm and ranch quote today. We are insurance. We are farmers. Come in for a free quote today.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. The patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
Our spotlight story tonight is about the students at the Columbia Basin Technical Skills Center who are learning to become the next generation of business owners. Reporter Devin Higgins has the story.
Okay, so in entrepreneurship, what we basically do is focus on things of like a broader perspective, global market. So we're really in charge of, impacting the community and setting our culture here at the school. So we're the trendsetters, basically. You don't have to be in business to be an entrepreneur. Anyone can do it. We spot like what's big right now. So we'll look at it as like a global market. So right now we have a project with foods where we have we're sending a cookie recipe over to South Korea, where they're on a whole health kick right now. So what we did is we teamed up with Culinary to modify our own cookie, oatmeal raisin, because they like it less sweet, so they came in here and so we taste tested it and things like that.
The next generation of business owners are getting a jump on their careers in the entrepreneurship department at the Columbia Basin Technical Skills Center. Vance Frost heads the department, bringing nearly 2 decades of experience in marketing and branding with him, and spent 3 years heading the Chief Academy Cafe at Moses Lake High School. The centerpiece of the curriculum is the design thinking model, which takes students through the entire process of a business relationship and product development. The model is currently used by business students at Stanford University. Frost also imparts practical wisdom on his students through informal discussions on business philosophy.
We talked about this the other day. How long does it take to build a house? Months, years. How long does it take to burn down that house?
Minutes. Hours.
Yeah, minutes it comes down. So you guys can spend all that time developing those relationships. Now, easy it is to get flipped with somebody right before you leave.
Sophomore Davin Donby is the first to admit he struggled through high school and became a student that teachers tend to write off. Joining the class and working with Frost has changed that in a good way.
Oh yeah, I definitely was labeled as one of the people in the bad crowd. I was the typical teenager with the long hair, basketball shorts, skater, smoking pot, got a joint behind my ear. But I've really evolved from that more into a professional thing, but I still have fun. I definitely think Mr. Frost has been a big part of my evolution and making me kind of where I am today from where I was last year. But I think I could have changed myself, just Mr. Frost was the person that really set me in motion for it. And I really thank for that.
Senior Jocelyn Henriquez said what the class has learned through building better communication and relationship skills not only helps them, but is something they're passing on to those who will follow in their footsteps.
We've been working with Chief Mo students. We've actually been helping kids that are slipping through the cracks. We've been trying to have sessions with them and trying to motivate them to do better in school. So we've been trying to connect with them. Basically what we do is we've all been there. We all try to connect with them, show them that they can do better and what it is going to help them to do better.
In Moses Lake, Devin Higgins for iFiber One News.
We'll be right back after this.
Have you been to iFiber1.com? The most up-to-date news in the Columbia Basin is just one click away. With news, sports, and weather, you can stay in the know with what's going on in your community. Read your news on the go by visiting iFiber1.com on your tablet or even your phone. Follow us on Facebook for quick updates and discuss the news with others in our area. Your #1 news source in the Columbia Basin is iFiber1.com. Check it out today. What's white and yellow and red all over? If you said the local book telephone directory, the one with the purple sunset on the cover, then you're right. In print and online at statewideyp.com, it features up-to-date local maps, community information, and a calendar of events. With a restaurant dining guide with full local menus and a reverse directory, you're sure to find the number you're looking for. It's the best way to get the information you need. Pick up a copy of the local book today or visit statewideyp.com.
Welcome back. The majority of Soap Lake residents stated they would support a bond sale to finance a parks and recreation program. Grant County Health District epidemiologist Shata Sackett conducted the survey for the city and reported the results to the Soap Lake City Council. The survey was conducted with the Soap Lake Parks and Recreation Subcommittee, which seeks funding for a trail between Smokeyam Park and West Beach Park, plus other park improvements. Sackett said 71% of 193 surveys showed respondents stating they would support a bond to pay for a parks and recreation program. 24% stated they would volunteer for parks and recreation programs. Sackett said the results of the survey can help the city in future applications for state park and trail grant dollars. 2 people accused of breaking into and sleeping in vehicles at a Moses Lake impound lot were arrested. Moses Lake police reported locating Shauna Hernandez, a 34-year-old Moses Lake resident, and Christopher Fargo, a 35-year-old Moses Lake resident, at a hotel in the 800 block of West Broadway Avenue late Thursday night. According to Moses Lake Police on Monday, employees at the impound lot on East 5th Avenue found batteries stolen from at least 7 vehicles, as well as Hernandez's personal belongings inside one of the vehicles on April 2nd. Police believe the 2 suspects had been sleeping in the vehicles for several days and would leave the property in the morning before employees arrived for work. Hernandez and Fargo were arrested for vehicle prowling, burglary, theft, and trafficking in stolen property. The Ephrata Lions Club Fishing Derby for children is set for April 18th. Participants can drop their lines that day starting at 6 a.m. at Oasis Parks Pond off State Route 28 at the south end of Ephrata. Children ages 14 and older can fish at the Derby, but must be able to handle their own fishing poles. Parents can help with casting, but children should be able to reel in a catch. Derby prizes will be awarded at 8 a.m. For more information, call 509-754-4656. In Northwest news, neighbors and concerned community members in Portland are banding together to save a church that's more than 100 years old. A developer wants to demolish it to put in a duplex. Reporter Amy Frazier digs deeper into this controversy.
It's great. I love it. It feels like home.
A piece of history just around the corner is just one of the things Victor Siebert loves about the King neighborhood in Northeast Portland.
I think that with the new urban style dwellings that we're going to lose some of that feeling, the family feeling.
We checked city records and found out that developer Peter Kusick bought this property in late December and began the process of applying for a demolition permit on March 31st, something that's still in the works. The city also confirmed he has applied to put a 6,000 square foot duplex here. Residents are concerned a duplex will mean high turnover, parking issues, small yards, and a dwelling that's out of character.
We're unhappy about that being the plan. First of all, the church has been here for over 100 years, and it'd be nice to, if it's not going to be a working church, but to at least, it would have been great if it was a community center or something that could have been used in the neighborhood.
A group called Save PDX Diversity and History has started this petition saying the church, built in 1904, is listed on the Historic Resources Inventory and should be protected. The city tells me the designation typically means a mandatory 120-day demolition delay. In this case, though, the developer asked to have it removed from the list. Under current code, the city allowed it, saying when the church was put on the list, it was done without owner consent. Still, in the petition, the group argues it's a landmark that stands as a soulful tradition within the heart of Portland's historic Black community. Neighbors met with the developer and say they appreciate his willingness to listen to concerns.
I think the bigger issue becomes what the city of Portland is not doing, or what they're letting happen without kind of looking to the neighborhoods and seeing what would fit in best with the growth that's happening in Portland.
And that's going to do it for us here at I-501 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.